Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this exciting CESS Consensus Miner workshop. I'm thrilled to be here with all of you as we dive deep into the world of decentralized infrastructure and explore the ins and outs of setting up a CESS Consensus Miner. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Frank. He's a cybersecurity expert. Frank will walk us through the step-by-step process of setting up a CESS Consensus Miner. So before we get started, I want to emphasize the importance of this session. So as you know, Consensus Miner plays a crucial role in maintaining the security and integrity of the CESS network. Whether you are a seasoned miner or new to the space, this workshop is designed to equip you with the knowledge and tools you need to contribute efficiently to our decentralized ecosystem. So without further ado, let's get started. Frank, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. First, I want to take time to thank everybody for being here. It takes time out of your lives, and I appreciate that. And I want to emphasize how important the miners are to our CESS. Without it, we don't exist. So far, since we moved into the new testnet 7.7, we've got 4,064 storage nodes running so far. It's a testament to the group that's following us and sharing in this journey. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here so we can show some stuff here. All right. Let me get everything settled down here just a little bit. Gotta bring that down just a little bit. The bar is in my way here. There we go. All right. So what we got is we're going to be building a consensus node. There's been changes in consensus node. It changed in the requirements changed in 7.6. One of the main things that changed was the memory requirement. If you remember, we were at 64 gigabyte. That's been trimmed down quite a bit to 16 gig of SGX. That is definitely a requirement you have to have. That encryption portion is extremely important to the functioning of your system. So one of the first things you would want to do is make sure you enable the SGX. Mine is already enabled, and then the static public IP is another requirement. Definitely has to have a direct connection out to the internet. So you can test that with the curl command, and that'll give you an output saying that you're good to go. So there's different ones in the consensus line. There's a full, which does all the challenges and the verification of data tags and all that. The verifier, which is a service for the data bound to consensus nodes for registration, so they would connect to. And then there's a marker. Those are all three of the options. Today we're gonna look at the full. So that's what we'll be working on. For stash account, there is a thing here. Alex, you can verify this for me. The account requires at least 3 million TSES. I believe in 7.7 we've upped that to 10 million TSES. So if you need TSES, you can get with us in the Discord, and we'll make sure that you get the amount needed to be able to run. So first up, get your accounts taken care of. That can be done over at this site here. You can create the accounts, get things going. So you just add an account, put in what you need, and move from there. So binding the funds. So one of the first things we need to do is we need to make sure that we bind the funds so our miner has the operational piece. And we will do that before we get down into the actual install of the client. So we need to get that taken care of first. We go into the network staking. In this case, I've already bound my account to make sure that it was ready to go. It walks you through step by step. If for some reason something doesn't match up, if you look around, you will be able to find it. But we're building the stash, so we go over into the network settings and network and staking and accounts, and that will get us to where we need to be on that. Then you would do the stash. Again, 10 million CESS in value bonded. So that's exactly what I did, was 10 million. We bond, we do the sign and submit. So we put in our password, sign and submit, and you'll get a check mark that says, yeah, it's been done, things are good, and some output. Now, in the event, and one thing that I saw as I've worked through, because I built and took down and built and took down servers and getting prepared for this, I did get an error at one point that says that the things were already bonded. So I actually went in and rebonded, and that will clear. So if you get 3 of these and one of them's red, that's what's happening. So go back in, and if you click on the more button over here, it'll say rebond, and you can go through and do that. So now we'll go ahead and get our client installed. So if you had something installed previously, you'll want to go ahead and do a purge and delete old scripts. That'll take everything out, and you can start anew. In my case, we did the install, so we go ahead and we put in the wget command, and we wait, and it does the get for it, and then we tar it to open it up. We go ahead and get the software running, or in, excuse me, we're not running yet. We go through, and it verifies that we have the latest Docker version. It verifies everything is in place. Then we go ahead, once we're installed, and we do the config set. So the config set is going to give the parameters to the miner that are important for making sure that you're a full node and everything's good. So we go ahead and run our set. We've set this to an authority, and then it shows that our SGX is in go. I give mine a name. You don't have to. It'll put in CESS. I gave mine a little bit different name so that if I'm looking out on the chain, what's going on, you don't have to do that. You can just go with CESS and move forward. The public port, I just hit enter due to the fact that it was already set at 19999. Then the type of remote attestation method, IAS or DCAP, and it actually, there is a area on the page where you can run a couple of tests to see which one yours was. When I originally built, I built under DCAP, which is the newer format, and I ran into a little bit of a problem. I went back and double checked mine, and mine is actually IAS. So I went ahead and put it in. Then the next one is the T worker. That's basically the IP address of the system, you're doing, unless you have a T worker on another node, and then you can point to that one. So what type T worker would you want? We want a full. So we went ahead and popped that into a full. Then the next one is going to be that validator controller, or excuse me, the validator controller phase after the stash account. So the stash account is actually the wallet address, and then you have a separate account that has your CESS validator controller phase. And that, of course, has to be mnemonic. So then we get a bunch of output that basically says we have configured successfully. And then we're ready to start. So we go ahead and start the node. The node comes up, and you should run into no problems here. I did not. I've rebuilt a few times. Everything has gone very smoothly. Your next one is the rotate keys for the encryption. The output shown is a little bit different than what I received. Mine basically just gave me the code inside some quotes. So it said it would come up with results, everything after the results. Well, mine didn't come up with results. Mine came up with this, which is what I used in the next steps. So what we're going to do next is we need to set up the session key. The session key is going to give us the encryption for the content. So we're going to take that and copy it. We take that and we copy it and we put it in our set session key. So, and then we do our session key. Okay, boom. Sign and submit. You're going to find you're signing a lot of things, but you should get a notification of success each time, each step that you take. If for any reason you get a red one, the red one will give you information on what has failed. Again, the problem I had was on the overall bonding, and I didn't have a problem in the session key at all. The session key came directly through. Again, this one was set for CESS 8, which was the account, and then they went to the overall hash, submitted, and then become a validator. When you go to become the validator, you're going to the validate. So we're going to go to accounts, and we go to validate, and that information is then, stash account needs to be changed to do not increase, and then we are validated. The reward commission percentage you want to set to 100, and you want to have no block all nominations. So, and once you do that, you would sign and submit that, again, getting a confirmation that it's been done. Once you complete that, your system goes into a waiting status. It has to be there for a period of time. So this is the one I've got. It's consensus staking. Now, there's different ways to verify that your operation is working. And in the instructions, we have, hang on. We can do a CESS status call to see where things are at, to make sure that our node is running properly. I'm putting this off screen. I apologize. So we're going to run disconnected. Hang on, let me reconnect to mine. I apologize. We got storms coming through here right now with from that hurricane. So I hope that I'm not dropping off in the conversation here.
No, the connection looks perfect, Frank. Yeah.
Okay, I'm reconnecting right at the moment, so give me just a second. And boom, and boom. Okay, there we go. We're back. All right. So I'm going to do a CESS status here to see how our node is doing. All right, status. We're healthy, and it shows that we've been up. We've got Cyfrost is just currently going through a restart, which is fine, but we should be on the chain we've been running. So that's one way to test and make sure that you're doing it. Now you can verify your config that we did earlier when we set the config and went through the settings of full and put our wallet and everything on it. and that will show us that what our settings are in case we have an error or something. We can go back and troubleshoot it. In the event that we go to an update, it's pretty simple. It's basically a reset. So you would take and you would stop your system, you would down it, you would go ahead and update with the ws get command. So you're basically putting it back on, and then you would start it again. So that would give you everything you needed to know. Now, another way you can check your system is, you find it over here under the network and overview, and you pull up waiting, and you find your node, which mine has been the top one there for the last 13 hours, and that's my view. But we can look at historic results to make sure. This has to be in the chain for a period of time before it starts working. I think one of the exceptions on the miners is you build it and it's going and everything should work. But, much like in a storage node, the storage node's got a sync. In here, we're looking at getting into the chain and working. So as you can see, mine, which was built, it says 13 hours ago, has just become active. So it takes a while once the build is completed to get in and actually start hashing and doing the work. So that's a good way to look at it or find it, and that will tell you on the chain where you're at. But that right there is the main information. Those two, the being able to look it up and make sure that the miner status is good. And then the second one is to check on the chain itself in waiting where you're at. So that, in a nutshell, is a build of a consensus miner. The consensus miner build, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I did a little bit of troubleshooting because I think they have me do these because, if I can build one, anybody can build one. I myself, and I know Alex, we're in the Discord quite a bit. There's an area in the Discord for discussion or just to get some help. Please feel free to come by there. You can throw an ad in there and get a hold of me or Alex, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We have a lot going on. I usually hang out in the miner support in Discord. Feel free to come by and ask questions, or if you're running into a problem, we'll try and run down an answer for you. And we look forward to working with you as miners. So we're on the last testnet, Venus, and then after this, we will move into a full production mode. So I'm really excited about that. I think CESS has got a huge amount to offer in my space of cybersecurity. Decentralized storage and some of the other things that are coming with CESS are paramount. They're awesome. So I'm really excited about it. I hope you are too. So stop by and say hi, or give us a ring on Discord. Alex?
Yes, thank you so much, Frank, for your insightful demonstration on CESS Consensus Miner. So I would like to ask to our viewers if they have got any question. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to post it in our YouTube live chat. So we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Yeah.
Or again, you can always ask in Discord too. So
Yes.
we're available. We're here to help you out. So just let us know.
Okay, I think there's no question right now.
Okay.
So yeah. Thank you all for joining us today, and a special thanks to Frank for his expert demonstration. We are excited to see so much enthusiasm around CESS and decentralized storage. So as we continue to build and grow our community, remember that we are here to support you in every step of the way. Thanks once again for being here, and happy mining. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Frank.
Was that okay?
Yeah, that was good.